Hey, you want to play Mafia 3? Just remember, it's R-rated. Pito, roll the tape. Hey GBs, welcome back to the channel. Taking a look at this older game, Mafia 3, was released back in October 2016, so it's a couple of years old now. Basically just wanted to revisit it again. I'd finished a couple of other titles like Red Dead Redemption 2, Far Cry 5 and also The Witcher 3. So just wanted to take a look back at this game. I've recently purchased it on my PC and I did have it on my Xbox One as well. So taking a look at the storyline, it's a brilliant storyline and sometimes it gets a little bit of heat for the storyline. But I think it's absolutely awesome, especially the first couple of hours. The whole revenge story sort of plays out, and it's a really, really good title. The graphics still hold up today. They especially look great when you're driving around in the city, and just in general, their facial expressions, all that sort of stuff looks pretty amazing. And the totally awesome music. The music in this game is just insane. There's so many old titles from the 1950s onwards. It's just a really great game to sort of chillax out and yeah, just relax. So see what you think. If you've never heard of Mafia 3, not really sure what it's all about, it's actually based on a character called Lincoln Clay, who's a Vietnam War veteran who's just returned. The game is set in like an open world environment, so you're free to roam the city and various buildings, take control of cars, all that sort of thing. The city that you get to play around in is called New Bordeaux. This is roughly centered around the real city, New Orleans. It has the same sort of feel, visuals, all that sort of thing. And it's set in the year 1968, thereabouts. And basically with Lincoln, he returns back from the Vietnam War and he's trying to rebuild his life. He catches back up with some of his adopted family and he basically has a few little missions. And he gets double-crossed. He gets double-crossed really hard. When this actually happens, it's quite a shock, and it's played out extremely well. The cutscenes, the music, like everything, it's quite amazing to watch. So he's left for dead, and then he starts to return back, and he seeks revenge. So he's seeking revenge on the Italian mob. And he also wants to completely take them down. He wants to take over the entire city, so he wants to control the entire city. So yeah, if you're into revenge stories, this is definitely one of the better ones that I've played. Okay, the graphics. So graphics always play a pretty important role in a lot of games. A lot of people say that they don't, but they certainly do. Looking at this game here, basing it off even today's games, it's actually quite impressive. So we can see Lincoln running around the city area. It's raining. We can see reflections on the ground. You can see the reflections from the lights. The detail on the model of the cars is actually quite stunning, especially some of the more cooler cars in the game. It's actually pretty impressive to look at. And the detail on the buildings is very well done, extremely well done. You can see on the ground there you've got tiles, like all those sort of surfaces. There's a lot of thought going into the entire process to build the game engine. So yeah, overall extremely impressive. So I'll just show a few clips now. Now on to the music. Basically, anything from the 1950s onwards, it's pretty awesome. You drive your cars, you get to hear all the music, it's fantastic. I probably can't play a lot of clips because I'll probably get copyrighted, but yeah, you get the idea. It's just, yeah, fantastic. There's just an unending amount of songs from that era, and it totally suits the game. Yeah, it's one of the highlights of the game actually. Okay, moving on to the gameplay. So it mixes it up between being on foot with like an over-the-shoulder kind of view, and also driving vehicles. So both involve, you know, gun gameplay from vehicles and on foot. Now when you're on foot, you can mix it up. You can either go in all stealth or you can go in guns blazing. It really is up to you. Sometimes some of the missions are really awesome just to use a knife and take everyone out using that method, or fists. Sometimes it's just, I don't know, depends on the area that you're in, and sometimes it's way better just to go in guns blazing and just go hell for leather. So the only suggestion I would make is that if you're playing it on your PC, is to definitely use a gamepad. I've tried both gamepad and on the keyboard. The keyboard, there's just way too many controls to, like, I don't know, make it easy to play. It's just way better on the gamepad than I found using the keyboard. I spent a couple of hours on the keyboard. I just couldn't get it. The keys were spaced out too far away. I mean, you can change all that sort of stuff, but yeah, it is a much better experience on a gamepad than using your keyboard, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, gameplay mechanics is really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The mix of driving and on foot, it really is a nice game to play. So that's it, guys. Review of Mafia 3. So what'd you think? Alright. Let me know in the comments below. Smash the like button and hit subscribe. Alright fellas, catch you in the next one.